What's going on, y'all? Now it's tapping in with another energy intel, right? Play or include an extended version for you guys to understand, right? Ghost Week. Ghost Week is approaching. The period in this timing when it's the holidays and the new year and then the actual new year, it's a bunch of stuff going on that a lot of Americans and people don't know that's happening. But when the new year come and a lot of changes and things come in effect, then we're wondering like, whoa, where did this come from? And most people are struggling in the new year. Most people are trying to get back. Most people have spent all their capital, their savings, and now they're waiting for the new year to start again, right? This timing is so different in the history of America, the United States, damn near anywhere in the world. Ghost Week is about to happen starting tomorrow. It starts, not tomorrow, the 27th. It starts on the 27th of December and it ends the 15th of January. Between these periods, there's going to be a accumulation of assets known as silver, right? Silver will be accumulated by whoever can get their hands on it. Why? Because there is a supply and demand for it. There is a dip in supply, but a high demand for it. And those that understand, if you checked out the last video, I put it up, it's almost at 900 views. You might want to go check that out. So that way you understand this next, part of the video that I'll include. But the point that I'm making is the whole financial system and structure is crumbling literally as we know it, right? And also the way that it's going towards, right? Crypto, digital payments, the dollar is tanking, inflation. All of these things in the super cycle that we're in will push and drive things somewhere. It's not that it's dissolving and nothing will be left. It's pushing it and driving it to other places right now. So my big thing is follow the money. Follow where the money is going, not the news, not the things you hear about, tweet about. Follow the money. And the money right now that's in US dollars, that's in China, that's in UK, like all the money that's basically being circulated is being driven to one area. And right now that is silver. Silver is the hot commodity right now. Now you may ask, why silver? After all these years and all these, the history, why silver now, right? Because the supply is low. Because the supply is low, because the China supplies is low, because the banks in America have been lying about their supply, the demand for it has went so much up that now people are realizing like vaults are closed or empty.
Vertical liquidity evaporated in 24 hours. Now, why does this matter for Ghost Week starting tomorrow? Because usually when the price hits an all-time high, $71.11, inventory increases. Why? Because people sell. If you bought silver at $25 and it hits $71, you sell it to the vault to take your profit. The vault should be flooding with metal. But the opposite is happening. Price is at a record high, and inventory is leaving at record speed. This is the definition of a cornered market. The entities taking this metal, we suspect it is a mix of sovereign wealth funds and battery manufacturers, do not care about the price. They care about possession. They know that Ghost Week is coming. They know liquidity is drying up. So they raided the vaults before the holiday to ensure they had the physical metal in their hands. This creates what I call a hard floor under the market. People are terrified of a crash. They ask, what if silver drops to $60 next week? Let me explain why that is mathematically impossible. Right now, the price in Shanghai is trading at roughly $77. The price in New York is $72. That is a $5 spread. If the price in New York drops to $65, that spread becomes $12. Do you know what happens then? Every arbitrage bot, every bank, and every trader on earth will buy New York instantly to sell to Shanghai. It is free money. It is a risk-free trade. This arbitrage magnet acts like a safety net. It catches the price. And because the inventory, Asahi, is being drained, the safety net is getting tighter and tighter. So even if we get a flash crash during Ghost Week, it will be bought up in seconds. The physical demand is simply too strong to allow the paper price to collapse.
So before, people used to be like, yeah, we want all this silver, but we want to buy it maybe next year, right? To get a cheaper price. That's no longer happening. People are now paying almost 8 times the spot price for silver. So if people are paying almost 8 times something, what would that make you think? That would make you think the demand for it is so much there that people are willing to pay 8 times over the spot price. Crazy.
$75. And the higher it goes, the more they have to buy. It is a feedback loop from hell, and it is happening during a week with no liquidity. So do not let the quiet price action fool you. The vault data proves that the smart money is panicking. They're securing metal at any cost. They drained Asahi on Tuesday so they wouldn't be caught naked on Monday. But what does the chart say? We have the fundamental driver, war. We have the supply driver, vault drain. Now we need the technical confirmation. Look at where we are today. Look at the price on the screen, $72. Do you see any lines above the current price? Do you see any previous peaks? Do you see any bag holders from 10 years ago waiting to sell? No. We are in what is technically known as price discovery mode. I call it blue sky. And in blue, every single person who has ever bought an ounce of silver in the history of the human race is currently in profit. Nobody is trapped. Nobody is desperate to sell to break even. This creates a vacuum of selling pressure. And when you combine a selling vacuum with a buying panic from the war catalyst, you don't get a trend. You get a vertical liquidity.
And we need to understand that Ghost Week is here. And if you aren't preparing yourself, if you aren't putting money to the side, if you aren't, making sure that after the Ghost Week, after January 15th, you have set yourself up to be in a better position, it's going to be hard. It's going to be
blue sky territory. The laws of gravity stop working. You have to understand how markets usually work. When price goes up, it hits resistance. Resistance is just a fancy word for people who bought at this price years ago and want to sell to get their money back. At $30, there were sellers. At $50, there were massive sellers. But at $72, there are no sellers.
Difficult, and quite frankly, the way that this rapid shift in the economy is changing, it may be hard for you to adjust and get back. Not like before, where it may have been easy, a few months, then we turn around, a few months. Right now, stuff is happening so fast that if you're not a part of it, don't see it happening, you may not get this chance or opportunity again. So I just wanted that to be in the back of your minds when you're watching this video or hearing it. Just understand the timing that we are in right now, and understand, one, where you want to go so you can use this information and play it to your advantage. But also, just two, understanding the world that we're in is changing. The world that we live in today is not the same world that we lived in yesterday, pre-COVID, pre a whole lot of AI stuff. Understand that. Get with it. Learn it. Don't be scared of it. Embrace it. And fully be open to the possibility that the world that you once knew is no longer the same. Be open to that. Because once you open yourself to that idea, you'll now be open to the new ideas and new things that's happening. And that can may, have a better impact or influence on how you, operate or interact with it. My name is Nas. This is another Energy Intel, and I'm out.